seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! Hey! I'm full of water! I stay hot tub! Hey! Stay very hot! Stay hot tub! Gonna get you hot tub! I'm gonna make it wet! Stay hot tub! Hey! Rubber dub and hot tub! Rubber dub with me! Should I get in the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Should I get in the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Yeah! Well. Roll Tide. Roll. Yeah, War
Aren't
Eagle.
you supposed to be
War
saying
Eagle.
anchor down?
War Eagle, too. Yeah, you might as well. What the hell was that? Anyway, hey, what am I got on today? What am I wearing
You
today?
got your Alabama shirt on.
I got my
for sure.
Arkansas shirt on today.
That in Arkansas.
Anyway.
Nice try.
Woo, but what a weekend in college football. Let me get Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legendary doctor, 25 years on Bay County sidelines. You can listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Chad Mitchell, what's the best way to get up for you? What's the best way to Bama to come see you because they're all injured? How can you see the entire team at the University of Alabama?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Thank you for the T-shirts.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about
Anytime.
that.
I decided to get everybody. I'm doing this for everybody. I just want to help people out.
I want to know.
He's doing it.
Inquiring minds.
I brought these guys some Robot MD T-shirts. They're actually Nike dry fit.
Good cloth. Good
Yep.
cloth. Yeah,
So-
really appreciate that. Man, what a weekend. It was an eating binge for me. I usually weigh, I've been pretty good on this diet. I got off it for 3 days. This morning I got up, I was almost 205. I've been weighing around 200.
Look at this, Doc. Look what he brought me this morning.
brings
you don't
some
know what's in
donuts.
here.
Is it good or what?
They're cinnamon.
They're pumpkin
donuts.
spice biscuit something.
Anyway, they're like
Yeah.
mega good.
There's like 5,000
and they're
calories
even
a bite.
warm.
Oh, my
still.
goodness.
Julie,
And so
Chad's
now
Chad was supposed to get one. Julie did that. Look at you. Look at the stud right here. I mean, you are handsome, Chad.
I don't know.
All right, let's get into some of these scores. That's you talking.
Turn your phone off.
All right, here we go. This is what happened this past weekend in college football. Vandy beats number 1 Alabama 40-35. Number 4 Tennessee gets beat by Arkansas 19-14. Number 9 Missouri goes down to Texas A&M in a close one, 41-10. Good job, Aggies. Southern Cal, welcome to the Big Ten. Southern Cal 17, Minnesota 24. Michigan, the long trip out to Washington. Number 10 Michigan goes down 27-17. And then, of course, the real national champs, your UCF Fighting Knights, get spanked by the Florida Gators.
Hey, way to go, Gators. That's all I can say. The Gators look a whole lot better. Did hell freeze over?
Yes, it did. It surely did. Can you believe it? Seriously. Florida State, how many times in our lifetime on the same weekend does Alabama lose, Auburn lose, FSU lose? Thank God for Florida Gators for winning.
Yeah,
it would have been.
I'm happy for the Gators for sure.
That's the only thing we had. In Georgia, in Kirby.
Yeah, in Georgia. Georgia came back after the disappointing loss to Bama.
Let me get these high school scores in. Hey, Arnold won. I'm okay. Arnold won. I'm doing good. Tell them to hold on for a minute. All right, here we go. High school scores. Arnold, 42. Choctaw, 19. Bay High School, 28. Pensacola, 16. Then we have Mosley. Is this old scores? No. She didn't give me the scores. There, Brian.
Do I need to look them up?
Time out. Let's take the phone call. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's so good about it?
Oh yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I know you're gonna have people calling in checking on you, worried about you today. But I wanted to see if you've seen that disgusting player at the end of the Alabama game, Malachi Moore.
Yeah, I saw it. Next caller.
I thought Saban was going to go on the field and rip his helmet off just from the way that I was like, yeah, it would have never happened under him. And everybody's kind of let loose at Kalen DeBoer. Everybody, all the Alabama fans, and I knew it was going to happen, they're chanting fire him already. And I'm like, he done beat Georgia. What do you expect
So
him to
what?
do?
Fire the guy.
Hey, he's
No.
got to play defense.
Let me tell you something. Did you watch any of the game? Did you watch the game, Travis?
I did not.
Okay.
I was not watching it.
All right. During the game, and we talked about this. We talked about this last week. I said Alabama's defense coordinator is concerned about Vandy's quarterback, and everybody knew he's the same guy that played at New Mexico State. They said it during the broadcast. We said it last week. He played at New Mexico State. He goes into Auburn, had a really good game there. He owns the state of Alabama. That little bitty kid. I thought it was about the size of Glenn, maybe smaller than Glenn. We couldn't stop him. This is what Alabama, and I'm going to talk more about this in Alabama Update. Alabama runs a 4-2-5 scheme. Kirby always says, back when he was Alabama, Nick would talk about, you got to have enough tools in the toolbox to stop different teams that you play on your schedule. Evidently, Alabama's toolbox does not have an odd man front. They don't have a 3-4 defense. When Alabama got embarrassed, they had one of the best teams in college football. They won that championship that year, but they played a team called Georgia Southern. They ran that inverted wishbone. And at halftime, they'd given up more yards and a half they had almost the entire year. Jeremy Pruitt tells both. I know this for a fact. Jeremy Pruitt told Jeremy, he told Kirby and Nick, I know what to do, what we need to do. Because neither one of them saw option football that much. He said, we've got to stay in our 3-4. The tackle's got to take the dive. The outside backer's got to take quarterback, and the DB's got to take the pitch. And then he talked about what the linebackers float, what they had to do. They went nothing but to 3-4 in the second half, and they shut them down. You can't stop an option football team. In my opinion, just my opinion, I coached for a long time. I've never seen a team very successful with 6 men in a box running stopping an option football. They stayed in that 4-2-5 almost the entire game, and you don't block one of the guys, you read him, so you actually had 5 guys there trying to stop Vandy's option on attack. It was pathetic. It was a bad scheme. In my opinion, it was a bad scheme, and you can't tell me that Vandy has better players. Their offensive personnel is better than Alabama's personnel, or vice versa. There ain't no way.
Well, I think that's what Malachi Moore was all mad about.
Yeah, they were. Well,
he was ticked off.
We'll talk more about that later. But you know what, Travis? Your Gators saved us, man. They beat Chad Mitchell's national championship team, UCF.
Yes, they did.
I mean, it's
Go Gators.
UCF. A lot of people think, oh, well, they did great. They might be back. They might be getting out of crap.
They are.
And I don't think so.
Well, hey,
Did you watch
take the
Tennessee?
win
Did
and
you
move
watch
on to the next
Tennessee?
one.
Hey,
yeah, I watched it.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. You never, from one week to one, you never know. It's all about the matchups.
It is.
It's
Well, I
all
tell
about
you what,
matchups.
now I'm even more scared for next week because now Tennessee's lost. They're upset. They usually, like y'all always say, usually play better after a loss.
Yeah,
And I think Tennessee's going to run it up.
I think you. I
think
feel
Florida's
good about
defense
Florida.
is better than you think. I do. I just watching them.
Hey, the way this year's going,
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And I got a question, and maybe this can be a question throughout the show. But are the people that are donating to NIL, are they getting their money's worth?
No, absolutely not.
I have thought about this all weekend.
That's a good question.
If you're who?
I said that was a good question.
Exactly.
I mean, I would like to
Yeah, I mean,
hear firsthand.
and I'd like to hear from.
I don't
some
think
of the
Florida
FSU.
State people are happy.
Exactly.
No.
I mean, I thought about them all weekend. Like,
Yeah.
look, they put all this money in getting these people out of the transfer portal, and how do they?
And you know what, though? You can look at
Poorly.
that FSU game, and you can take away some good positive
Yes,
things.
you can.
You know, there
Yeah,
were some
we'll get
good
to that
positive
at some
things.
point.
But the end result is not what we want.
Yeah, I saw first throw for FSU. I think it was that Brock Glenn threw was a rocket, and I was like, he didn't catch him. He didn't catch it. I sat there with my wife, and I was like, if he would have tried to have caught that, it'd have took his hands with him. It was like just way too hard.
Let's go.
Give us wait a minute. Hold on just a second. We got to get this in real quick. Give us these scores.
I know this is off of mypanhandle.com.
Thank you for doing your job.
Yeah. October 4th, we got high school scores. The Arnold Marlins 40, the Vernon Yellow Jackets 0, Bluntstown Tigers 38, the Sneads Pirates 3, Bozeman Bucks 21, the Destin Sharks 24, North Bay Haven 0, Mariana Bulldogs 55, South Walton Seahawks 0, Choctawhatchee Indians 37, Liberty County Bulldogs 7, Weewa Gators 20, Cottondale Hornets 56. Cottondale's got it going on here.
Team. Yeah.
Franklin County Seahawks 27, Rutherford 31, Port St. Joe 7.
Rutherford finally gets the big win. Watch out. We told you. Coach Jones talked about it. A great job Floyd's doing over there. I believe in him. He's going to turn
Floyd's
that thing
doing a good
around.
job.
I'm telling you, great job by them. And Arnold Marlins destroy Vernon 40-0. So that was one good thing this weekend. And all the other teams that won too.
That was on Friday. Saturday was a different story.
Yeah, Saturday was not fun. Is Rob still there? I mean, who we got on the phone?
And Sunday.
Travis, you there?
Sunday was
Yeah, I'm
bad,
here.
too.
I'm looking at our college picks. I don't even know. Well, does she do this?
Yeah, I don't think you want to look at those.
Actually, I was 10-12. Jason was 10-12. Jim was 10-12. Glenn was 6-12. Glenn's terrible. Brian was 7-12, and Dr. Ward was 6-11. So
I don't know how you could have
Rare for
picked
Dr.
this
Ward.
weekend.
well, we didn't pick all the upsets. Here's what we had. We had Michigan State over Oregon, 31-10. Everybody had Oregon. Tennessee, I lost Tennessee. We had Tennessee beating Arkansas. Arkansas pulls the upset, 19-14. Florida Gators, I had the Gators. They beat Central Florida 24-13. Georgia Bulldogs put it on the Auburn Tigers, 31-13. Gus, inside the 10 twice. You kicked 2 field goals. We'll talk about that later. Then you had Ole Miss. They bounced back strong. They beat South Carolina 27-3. And then Texas A&M. They didn't upset Missouri. They destroyed
They put a whooping
Missouri.
on them. They did.
41-10. They were favored. Vegas knew what was going to happen, but the point spread, they covered everything. 41-10.
So there's a team that's on the comeback. It looks like A&M started off bad.
A&M's actually number 1 in the SEC. They got more SEC wins than anybody. Alabama takes it on the chin. They get upset by Vandy, 40-35. Iowa gets destroyed by that defense is really good. Not so fast, my friend. Ohio State 35-7. Michigan goes down at Washington 27-17. UCLA, they put up a fight against Penn State 27-11. Clemson too strong, 29-13 over FSU. I went to bed. Miami was down, I think, by 28. I forgot what the score. They were like at least 4 touchdowns down when I went to bed. And then I wake up, I was shocked.
Yeah, they won.
Miami, Ward's going to win the Heisman. 39-38, they beat Cal. What a comeback for the Miami Hurricanes. Unbelievable. That's the teams that we picked.
I'm going to have to head off, and I also know you got a few people that'll probably want to check on you this morning. So.
Rob, I'm with Alabama, win or tie. Win or tie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to it.
No,
welcome to the crap show.
Congratulations on the Florida win, and we'll see. I think you're going to be surprised. Florida plays well up there in Knoxville. They usually play pretty good up there.
I hope I'm not surprised because we're going to have the same thing next year if we keep the coach. So I hope I'm not surprised for that reason only. I love my team, want them to win, but I don't want them to win with Billy. Right.
All right, buddy. You have a good day, man. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
Bye-bye. Have a good day at work. All right, let's talk about some of our great, outstanding sponsors. J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Drive, the best seafood, the coldest beer, and every Wednesday, that world-famous J. Michael's Spaghetti. They had a big crowd there yesterday. I was shocked how many people were there yesterday. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. The legendary J. Michael's. We had a great time at that Cajun place. Bill and I went there. Bill's a superintendent up in Missouri. Great young man. His team is Missouri. We went and watched Missouri and Texas A&M up at the Cajun place. Had a wonderful time. We had a great time. They got the best gumbo, chicken sausage gumbo you'll get anywhere. Great food, best wings you get anywhere, 27 plus TVs, find out the pictures when the games are going on. That Cajun place, and Bill was not happy man. They got a beat down. A&M put it on Missouri big time. But we had a great time at that Cajun place, no doubt about that. The LSU Saint fans, make sure you're there when your teams are playing, because when they score a touchdown, not a field goal, but when they score touchdowns, you get free Jell-O shots. Get on that Cajun place, have a great time. For your real estate closing, there's only one place to go. That's Chuck Tucker, South Oak Title and Closing #1. Ask Mark Howard. He sells multi-million-dollar homes down on 30A. They all use South Oak Title and Closing. So should you. Chuck Tucker and his group are expanding throughout Northwest Florida. South Oak Title and Closing #1. Just like Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Get it serviced about every 6 months. It'll save you money on your power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning #1. Hey, Chad, went to a football game Saturday. It was unbelievable. It reminded me of my son back when he played. Leighton Bell, 3 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. Lorelei was cheering and knocking out of the ballpark. It was a hell of a day. It was a hell of a day. You get it? Hale.
I get it.
Leighton Bell, 3 touchdowns. She was unstoppable. And Lorelei cheering was unbelievable. It's just amazing. It amazes me. It really does. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Roll, Vandy. Here we go.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
This Friday night, we're going under the lights. The 6-0 Mosley Dolphins face undefeated district rivals, the Niceville Eagles, as two powerhouses collide. Pre-game at 6, kickoff at 7. Mosley Dolphin football on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialist, and Chapman Wealth Management.
Good morning, this is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 85 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 70. The same tomorrow around 85 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the northeast around 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday and warm around 79. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting your family.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
When he played football, helmets had not been invented yet. Players played both sides, and quarterbacks weren't afraid of needles. It's the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are the home of the Auburn Tigers. You listen to all Auburn football games right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, did I mention my granddaughter scored 3 touchdowns? And my Lorelei was in great shape. Did I even bring that up?
No,
yes, you did.
Tell us about it.
It was incredible.
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Not
and
one,
a 2-point conversion.
Wow.
Tell you what, I can't, if you'd have told me.
Sign her up, Alabama.
If you'd have told me probably the beginning of the year that Arnold would be where they're at right now, I'd say, I don't know. Let's just score a touchdown. I mean, I don't know if we scored a touchdown at all last year. I really don't. I can't remember.
Not that many points. I want to say it was 12 points.
Maybe
total,
the entire year.
Something like that.
And what we've done, what Griff has done over there is incredible. Well, look what he did. He left Bozeman with the best record they've ever had, and he turned around Arnold. And we got him on the phone. Coach, great job. Congratulations. Another big win on the road. I think the score is 40-0. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a good night for the Marlins last Friday.
Well, let's touch on that. Give us some names of the players that are playing well for you, offense, defense, special teams. Give those kids some love.
Well, I think we've had a couple guys. Running back group's been really depleted. We lost Charlie Carter, who was with us, our main running back through the spring. We lost him before the season started, a broken arm, and then we had our one back, Nico Lenavazato. He had a high ankle sprain. We kind of got both of those guys back recently, and between those two and then Sean Carlisle, who's really stepped up and kind of established himself in that backfield, we kind of really got the run game going. And those three guys really, along with the improvement of our offensive line, I can't say enough about how far our offensied line has come and what the job that Trey's doing with that group. So, really, the running game was really good. We threw the ball, well at times, but had some struggles throwing the ball a little bit in the first half. But overall, it was a good night for us. And then the defense was just, lights out. KP and had a great plan, and those guys really played well flying around the ball. Mac Jones and those guys on the defensive side really had a great night. Anytime you get a shutout, it's a great thing.
No doubt about it. Now you got to focus. You get to come home. I believe the game's at home, and this is a district game. This is a big game. Give us a little scout report on it's Fort Walton Beach.
Well, dropping that one to Choctaw, we're kind of up against it. This is a game that we really need to win. So, it's a big night. We got Fort Walton coming into our place, and you look at them, you look at us. You see a lot of similarities. They look a lot like us. Their defense plays like our defense. They fly around the football. They play hard. They're physical. They tackle pretty well. Offensively, they do a lot of different things, a lot of different formations. RPOs and quarterback runs and a lot of different things with their offense. So, they're a really similar team to us. They're pretty well coached, and it's going to be a good test for us. But it's a test that we gotta pass this Friday night if we want to keep our playoff hopes alive.
Now, there's formations and stuff like that can create some problems with defensive personnel, getting everybody lined up the right way. You talking about they got a pretty good staff, but you got a pretty good defensive staff also, and they do a pretty good job getting those guys in the right place and playing hard.
Yeah, I tell you, Kevin Pettis, Josh Wright, a couple of the best coaches in the state of Florida, along with the other guys they got on their staff. Chris Ash and those guys are doing a great job. But they were in there yesterday when we were up there for, my goodness, I don't know what time we all left yesterday, but the defensive guys were in there, and they were charting formations. They were trying to, they were charting tendencies and trying to find the spots to put our kids in and discussing what our best alignments and best techniques. I mean, it's just the job and how hard those guys work and the amount of effort and the amount of time that they put into prepping, and getting our guys in the best situations to be successful is just unbelievable. I'm really fortunate to have the quality of coaches, assistant coaches that I have.
How did you handle last week? You had a game, all those games in that short period of time, and you want your legs under the guys Friday night when they play football on beach. You want to be as quick as you can be. You want to be as fast as you can be, but you got to get the work in. How are you handling practice? Are you just going like we always do, or are you cutting back anything at all?
Yeah, again, that's kind of the thing we're trying to do. We're trying to cut out anything that we don't feel is absolutely necessary. But we still got to do the things that we feel like we need to do to prepare to play football Friday night. So it's going to be a full week of practice. We'll cut out and we'll shorten up the things that we feel like we can eliminate. Other than that, though, we have to really have our guys prepared Friday because it's a big test for us in this game. Really, it's a must-win game for us.
Yeah, if I watched you guys, you throw the ball around pretty good, and now it looks like the running game's starting to pick up pretty good also. Good balanced offense attack. What does Fort Walton Beach do on defense that gives you concern? Are they a 4-4? What do they do on defense? Give us a little scout report on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're 4-2-5. They've got a split front up front, which that's pretty much pretty consistently what we've seen all year. They really play hard. They fly around. They fly to the football. They're really good tacklers. They're a disciplined defense. Their secondary is they stay mainly too high. It's a very well coached and on top of being well coached, they play hard, and that's the thing that jumps off the film when you watch them. Not unlike our defense. If you watch our defense, you see how hard they play. And anytime a team plays hard, they're going to be a problem for you. So, our offense has our work cut out for us, but I think with the job that my offensive coaches are going to do this week, hopefully we get ourselves prepared to go out and have success.
How big are the four down linemen? Do you match up well with them? Are they pretty big or what?
It's not the biggest front we faced. again, they're a lot like us. They're not huge and giant players, and they're very similar to with their makeup than we are. So it should be a balanced test. I don't feel like we're going in overmatched. We looked at Choctaw. They had some athletes over there that we knew were going to be challenging. I think with Fort Walton, we're seeing guys that look like us, and hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to compete and give ourselves a chance.
All these games are big, but like you pointed out, this is a district ball game. I think you already played one district game, Choctaw, now this one, and you got, I think, am I correct? You got one more after this one. There's 3 district games, correct?
Yeah, we played Rickards in the last game, week 10, and again, we feel like if we can get wins against Fort Walton and Rickards, it'll give ourselves a chance to achieve our goal and get in the postseason. And then sandwiched in between those two, we've got a pretty tough test, next week against Mosley. But the cool thing about that, it's going to be for what we think is outright county championship. So that's a cool position for Arnold to be in. That's position they haven't been in a good while. So
right.
We got a lot of good things still ahead of us. If we take care of our business, and if we can accomplish all the things that we set out to do.
And Coach, because I get confused, and I asked this question, probably asked you 3 or 4 times, but I do get confused with this stuff. If you win the next 2 district games, you're 2-1 in the district, and you have a winning record like you guys have, it's pretty good shit. Because they don't I don't think they, tell me if I'm wrong, the runner-up now does not get to go to the playoffs. It's not automatic. But if you got a winning season and you get 2-1 in the district, you got a good chance to make the playoffs. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I kind of like it better, because sometimes the district runner-up's not as good as 2 or 3 teams in another district.
Yeah.
So, they take the top 8 seeds based on the rankings, which honestly, I think are pretty doggone good, to be honest with you. I kind of like how the system sets up. So they'll take the top 8 and they'll rank them. Or they'll take we got 14, they'll rank them, and the top 8 will make it in. So if we're fortunate enough to win a couple of these games and get into that top 8, then we'll get a chance to be in the postseason, which is what we set out to do. So, it's still all ahead of us. It's just a matter of can we get it done.
Well, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Go get a win, buddy.
Hey, Coach, appreciate it. We're going to give it a shot.
All right, Coach Griff, he does a great job. You're going to be there Friday night. It's going to be at Tommy. No, that'll be at Arnold. That's going to be at Arnold. Cannot wait. They win this one. I feel good about this one. I do. I feel good. It's going to be a war now. They got a good offense. They got a good defense. Like he said, they're coached well. But we coached pretty good at Arnold also. Arnold, again, last week, they had not 1 but 2 games, and they get it done. They destroy Vernon 40-0, and then they got Fort Walton Beach this Friday in a huge district ball game. Get out there and support these kids. There's a lot of big games this week, some really big football games this week. But get out there. If you live in Panama City Beach, you live in Bay County, wherever, get to the game. And you Fort Walton people, get over here. Show your support for your kids. You used to have unbelievable support over there. Make sure you get over here to Arnold, and let's pack out that stadium for a huge football game. Of course, Mosley's open this week. And then the following week, one of the biggest games we've had in a long, long time. 2 undefeated, playing for the district championship, I think, will be Mosley and Niceville. Cannot wait for that one. So we got some big games coming on right here. All right, Chad, let's talk about some of our wonderful, outstanding Wildcat supporters, like Dr. Chad Mitchell, at Like El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Get out there. We were, when did we go? Last Thursday, had a really good time. Karaoke on Thursday nights. Great place to have a birthday party. The best happy hour out there. You buy one, the next one's free. That's what I said. Yes, it's free. We're talking about margaritas, house wine, and draft beer. You cannot beat that. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Lunch specials Monday through Friday. They do have NFL. They've got the doggone college football games all everywhere in there. And every time there's a game being played, $5 pitchers. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach, one of our great places, one of our favorite sponsors. They do an incredible job. They cater. They do a great job catering. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rudy's Barbecue. And don't forget the Lord Out Leighton Room in the back. You can have a birthday party, chamber meeting, football banquet, pregame meal, whatever you want to do. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. Newbies. Oh, my God. Hey, guess who I saw Thursday night? I forgot to tell you. They had the Women's Bay County Bay Point Club at Edgewater, the convention thing over there, West Burnham's old place. We went there. I saw Charlotte. John was not there. Finally. I saw John, kissed her on. She is beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful. Got to talk to her. They've been traveling, having a really good time. Big John didn't show up, but Charlotte was there. She looked really, really good. We had a wonderful time. They did a great thing for Jean Sherman. She was recognized for all of her service all these years, and she deserved it. And we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
It's the Golden Harvest Collection, only at Krispy Kreme. Let's begin with the maple buttercream, then the oatmeal cream pie, followed by the salted caramel cheesecake, yum, and last, my favorite, the spice apple-filled donut. It's the Golden Harvest Collection, available now at Krispy Kreme, with 2 locations in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme donuts since 1937, where you get them hot.
Now back to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous. He doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michael Studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU update. Get out to Newbies. Have a great time. I told you I saw Charlotte. Get out to Newbies. Have a great time. I saw Kathy, too. Kathy Kathy runs everything there. I love Kathy. Beautiful lady. And sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. Beautiful inside and out. Saw her at the Cajun. They were at the Cajun place. She was down there at the Cajun place having lunch. I got to talk to her and visit with her and some of her friends. But get out to Newbies. They have not 3, but 4 great locations. Newbie 2 on the curve. Go watch all the sporting events. Head on down to the mothership. Have a great time. And St. Andrews, get out there. They're doing pretty well now. You always wanted one on that side of the bridge. Now you got it. Go support them. It's a big, beautiful blue building. Nice. And go have a great time and tell them Coach sent you. That is all 4 of our lovely, legendary newbies. They always give back to the community. Make sure we support them. Wow. What can we say? Florida State right now, it's not looking good. 1-5 on the season. Very disappointing. But I will say I saw some bright things. You can't. Clemson's pretty good.
Yeah, Clemson's pretty good. And I think it's good that FSU's playing some of their players for, in preparation of, I should say, next season.
Yeah.
And Brock Glenn was one of those. He played quarterback the entire time. He was 23 of 41 for 228 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw 1 interception. His quarterback rating was 78.7. FSU they got out to a bad start. Clemson was 17-0 in the first quarter. Then FSU was able to get a touchdown early in the second quarter. Amari Williams, 13-yard pass from Brock Glenn. And then 2 more field goals by Clemson, and then another touchdown in the fourth quarter. Jaquie Douglas, 12-yard pass from Brock Glenn. And that made it 23-13, but then Clemson adds 2 more field goals to make it 29-13. FSU, 250 total yards. Clemson, 500. Turnovers, Clemson 0, FSU 1. First downs, Clemson 28, FSU 14. Time of possession, Clemson 31 minutes and 13 seconds. FSU 28 minutes and 47 seconds. I mean, what can you say? It is what it is. It is what it is. We don't like it, but the best thing you can do is to play some of the younger players, get them experience, and start working on next year. And I think that's what's going on.
I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but the parts I did say, I saw, when I happened to be watching it, I saw some good plays by the quarterback. And maybe I'm sure I missed a lot of negative ones, but I did see some positive things. There's a good crowd there. That's the only thing I keep telling the fans, keep going, keep supporting them.
Absolutely.
Recruiting is huge. And that's where all you can do the rest of the year. Try to put the best face on you can. Get out there, support the guys. And they got to win this one. And it's not going to be easy. Duke's pretty good. They go on the road at Duke.
They've got
Miami.
A week. They got a week they got a bye week this week to prepare for them. So at least they got 2 weeks to prepare for them.
They better split up, work from Miami and Duke, both of them on the road. And then North Carolina, they shouldn't lose to North Carolina. I don't care. They should not lose to North Carolina. But the next two, they're going to have to play really well. Duke's got a good little ball club.
Yeah, they do.
So, it's like you say, I don't know what to say. If you just, again, I'm just shocked at what's happened there. It's hard to believe they're 1-5. It's just.
Yeah. I'm shocked, and I would have thought this would have been, preseason, this would have been a game we were all looking forward to, a great matchup. We thought these were going to be the top 2 teams.
Oh, yeah,
in
the Clemson and FSU. I thought they'd play twice.
Yeah, and, it's disappointing, but nonetheless, there are some small good things going on, and just have to keep plugging away.
I was watching them, and I started thinking about Miami. I quit watching the Miami game. They were getting destroyed. I mean, I went to bed. I said, I'm not going to stay up. I'm going to bed. I said, I can't watch this. And then they come back because that quarterback they have, Ward, can play.
Yes, he can.
Just think what would have happened if Ward would have been at FSU instead of Miami?
Yeah.
Maybe it completely different, and probably would be.
Yeah.
But we saw it week 1 and week 2. Something's just not right about this football team. I don't know. We all talked about it. There's nothing else we can say. We've been saying the same thing now for 6 weeks. But that Miami game, you better be ready to play because their offense with a Ward at quarterback.
He's dangerous.
Up. Yeah.
And you can't sit on him like they did. You can't just sit.
The only thing that might hurt him getting a Heisman that game, everybody was in bed. Nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Milroe had it won against Georgia, and then last week, I think that kind of blew them back down to earth. His chances of getting a shot a little bit. They still got some opportunities, but I think Ward's got a great shot of winning this Heisman deal. I really do. Now that running back at Boise State, they keep talking about, has got all these yards and stuff. That's great, but it's supposed to be the best player on one of the best teams. So Miami right now is ranked.
My vote of all the people I've seen all season is Ryan Williams. We'll get to that in the Alabama update, but that kid's unbelievable.
Listen, let me tell you something. There's another one in Ohio at Ohio State.
I haven't seen him yet. Yeah.
Nah, this guy's like a Julio Jones. He's just as good, but he's a lot bigger. Huge. Yeah. He's the real deal. Those two are the best 2 receivers in the college football, and they're both freshmen.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's truly amazing. But anyway, bad. It was just a bad Wildcat. It was just a bad weekend.
I'm glad the Wildcats had a bye. Because every time I turned,
they can't smell like a polecat.
Yeah, every time I turned on sports, Alabama was down, Auburn was down.
Oh, it was an ugly weekend.
The Cincinnati Bengals went into overtime, and the guy screwed up a field goal that would have put it into it. A long, hard-fought game on Sunday. I was just like, I'm done.
Would you agree with this?
Okay.
Bad surprises 2024. let me give you some bad surprises. Tell me if I'm wrong.
This is good.
Did I word it wrong? Bad surprises 2024. Number 6. Well, I'll start at number 5. Oklahoma State. I thought they were going to be good this year. They're not very good at all. That's a surprise, bad surprise. Number 4, Michigan, defending national champs. They've already lost 2 games.
Yeah.
They don't look very good. They have no offense. That's a bad surprise. Maybe it's a good surprise for the Buckeye people. Number 3, Kansas. Kansas is 1-4. They were talking about they might win the Big 12 when we started the season.
That's surprising too.
And number 2, Oklahoma's offense. Bad surprise. Defense looked great against Tennessee. Tennessee's offense hadn't looked good in the last couple of weeks now. Maybe we gave too much love to these. Those cupcakes, they look really good.
I think what it is people are figuring them out.
I think what it is, they're playing teams that are pretty good now.
Well, that and they know how to defend against them.
And number one bad surprise. The number 1, Florida State, 1-5.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The biggest steal. The biggest deal in college football to me, 2024, is what's happening in Tallahassee.
It's the biggest disappointment for sure.
Yeah. Now, the biggest disappointing week was this past week in Nashville, Tennessee.
I can argue about that.
Do we have to say anchor down?
We'll do it. We'll say it at 8 o'clock. We'll talk about all that stuff at 8 o'clock.
So tell me, where is Oregon in all of this?
Let me tell you something. I watched Oregon play. Okay, I finally watched them play.
There's a lot of hype about
it. They got players. They're good. To get this game coming up this weekend, must watch TV. 6:30 NBC College Game Day, which is in bed with the SEC.
Yeah.
They said, nope, we're not going to go covering SEC games. We're not going to cover ACC games. We're going to Oregon. We're going to game day will be at Oregon, Ohio State. I'm sure the big noon kickoff group is going to be there also, but it's on ABC, not Fox. 6:30. You've got to watch this game. This is the 2 teams you probably will see play twice. And I've watched Ohio State. I think Ohio State's got the best team in the country. Oregon looked really good when I watched them the other day. They got players. They went out and bought them. They got players. This is going to be a great football game.
What's Oregon's win-losses?
They're undefeated. Yeah. Right now,
they're ranked 2 and 3. Ohio State's 2.
USA Today poll right now: Texas number 1, Ohio State number 2, Oregon's number 3.
Okay.
Georgia Bulldogs back at number 4.
Good.
Penn State number 5, number 6 Miami, number 7 I wouldn't have in the top 10 Alabama, number 8 Ole Miss, number 9
They broke his heart.
Tennessee. Tennessee. How did Tennessee stay at number 9? That surprised me. Number 10 LSU, number 11 Clemson, number 12 Notre Dame, 13 Iowa State, 14 Texas A&M, 15th BYU, 16th Oklahoma, 17th Utah, 18th Missouri, 19th Kansas State, 20, what a great job they're doing at Indiana, 21 Michigan, 22 Boise State. Michigan's lost 2 games. They're still ranked top 25. Boise State, 22. 23 Illinois. I love their coach there. 24 Pitt. 25 SMU. And Southern Cal Trojans, welcome to the Big Ten. They played Minnesota. You thought, okay, Minnesota, they have no problem there. The final score, Minnesota 24. Number 11 ranked USC, 17th. USC is no longer ranked in the top 25 in the USA coaches poll. I don't believe. But, hey, I'm going to tell you another team I'm impressed with, SMU.
Oh, yeah, SMU looked really good.
And he learned his stuff from Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a guy. We get back. What about them Florida Gators? Hey, they're not dead. They're not out. They're still up. They're still fighting. Them Gators, are they back? Are they back, Chad? We'll find out when we get back with Chad Mitchell. But right now, let's talk about Newbies. Get out to Newbies and have a great time. 4 great locations. Newbie 2 on the Curve. Go watch all sporting events. Head on down to the mothership. They are always giving back to the community. John and Charlotte, always giving back their time, their energy, their money. Make sure we go support all 4 of the Newbies in beautiful Bay County. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better? Do you want to feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. He'll be here tomorrow. We'll have a great show with him and Jim in here. Also, Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, go see him. They got offices throughout Northwest Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. He had a good time. He was at the Florida game. He texted me during the game to make sure I was still alive. And anyway, you can listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Mosley football. We'll be right back.
Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 85 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 70. The same tomorrow around 85 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the northeast around 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday and warm around 79. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2024 Kia. You'll see why everyone is talking about Kia. The 2024 Kia will give you the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in a luxury sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia K5. Performance, power, and design built just for you. Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you just like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Real quick, we got... I used to live down there for years. Lake Wales, I think we were there, 8-10 years, something like that. Then in Lee County and Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples area down that way, we were there 13 years. And all our friends down there, a lot of people have left. They got on the interstate of calling, trying to get hotels throughout. We said, get down to Panama City Beach, come to Pensacola, Fort Walton. We got places here. I think we have some opening here. So a lot of them have. A lot of them are leaving today. Mandatory evacuation at Tampa, all these different places. Tomorrow, they're going to start getting, they said the feeder bands outside this storm. It's not a huge storm, but it's going to be very intense. 4 or 5 before it gets there, then weakens down. But anyway, tomorrow they're going to get a lot of tornadoes, possibility of tornadoes and bad weather tomorrow. And then the real deal hits Wednesday. So just pray for those people down there. Isn't it weird? And I don't want to get political, but isn't it weird? North Carolina, where those people vote a certain way, got destroyed. And now this is very strong red part of the country, West Coast Florida. Hope they can vote. I'm hoping they're going to be able to vote. I hope they're alive. I hope their property's not destroyed. Tampa's never had a direct hit like that. We used to, when I was living down there in Polk County, which is right beside it, and then a little south there, they always talked about if they ever got a direct hit from Tampa, it would be devastating. And this one went from west to east, and this was got a shot to hit them.
That's kind of weird in itself.
It is. It's kind of just like, how the heck is
Well, hopefully, it's made a little southerly turn a little bit. Yeah, it's still heading east.
But at the end, they say it's going to go north.
Yeah.
So
hopefully the Yucatan slows it down a little bit.
I hope it goes real south and doesn't turn north and maybe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So y'all pray for those people down there. Keep praying and keep helping. And I was told, even Red Cross, you got to be careful giving money to Red Cross too. I'd give the money to churches, somebody you know for a fact, and get the money and the supplies to the people that need it.
Yeah, all weekend long, every street corner in town had somebody standing there with a sign, and you don't know who or why or what organization, if any, that they represent standing out there. So,
if you watch all the news, people and Facebook, everybody's going nuts up there saying they're not giving us what we need. And they even stopping local people trying to get in there to help them.
Supposedly, the thing they need more than any is human muscle. But if you go out there, my wife was showing me some videos of this guy with a helicopter trying to get supplies in and out and trying to get people that were stranded on rooftops out. He rescued this guy's wife and took her and landed. And when he landed, the commander of whatever Army or National Guard or whatever said, if you take off and you come back with another person that you've rescued, you're going to jail. So he had to fly back, pick up his son, tell this guy, well, your wife is safe on the ground, but I can't take you back there because they're going to arrest me and take my helicopter away from me.
That's some weird
and then the very next day, they call him up and say, okay, we got the paperwork straightened out. You can do this now.
It's just
weird.
And I mean, the whole story was just heartbreaking.
Yeah. Pray for those people, man, and help out any way you can.
Pray for all of us.
Pray for all of us. Let's get this. Hey, them Gators, baby, they answered some prayers. Those Florida Gators put it on Chad Mitchell's UCF team. Chad, I was so pleased that you were disappointed. I was so pleased
I was disappointed twice in the same day.
Yes, I
cried out of both eyes.
Gus had no answers, and the Arkansas quarterback looked like the old Arkansas
he did. Man, KJ.
Tell us what happened.
Well, KJ Jefferson couldn't do anything. He did look like last year's Arkansas quarterback. It's funny how KJ looks the same as he did last year, and so did DJ for FSU. It's unfortunately the same level of play, but not making excuses for UCF. Florida comes out, puts it on them. I mean, comes out with energy. I watched the game. They just really got after the UCF Knights and just put it on them in the first half. And that's really where all their points were. Florida scored all their points in the first half, scoring 24 points, beating UCF 24-13. Florida's now 3-2. UCF is now 3-2. And Florida has Tennessee next. But let's get to some of the stats. Graham Mertz was 19 of 23. For 179 yards and 1 TD. You had Johnson on 10 carries, 54 yards and 1 TD. And then for receiving, Dyke had 4 receptions for 88 yards. Mertz, quarterback rating was 81.5. They did play DJ Lagway as well. His quarterback rating was 75.1. So they got DJ Lagway some time in addition to having Mertz in the game. It was an impressive, at least first half for the Gators. They did let UCF score a field goal in the third quarter and a touchdown in the fourth quarter. But UCF was not coming back.
No,
the defense was.
They had 2 weeks to get ready. They look better. I don't care who they're playing. I'm glad they won. Maybe they can build on this thing, get some things going. If they go up to Knoxville and beat Tennessee, good. That's great. That'll be outstanding. Let's take this phone call real quick. Rob, good morning, sir.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, that's the moving truck backing up the coach's house.
Did he get a brick through his window?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
Not him. The defensive coordinator. Yeah, let's get him out of there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I was disappointed in the way Alabama acted. In the first, about a minute left in the half.
Rob.
Okay, they kind of had it. They stood up a running back, and I think it was the quarterback. Anyway, they stood him up at the line of scrimmage, whistle blows. And that big defensive tackle that Alabama's got threw 2 punches, and nobody threw a flag.
He threw him at the ball. Did you see that? Because I watched it, and I watched the replay.
Right.
He's trying to knock the ball out of his hands.
The first time I'll give him that. The second time he hit him square up underneath at the breastplate, and I don't care what you're trying to do. The whistle's blown, and you basically do a haymaker that's higher than everybody's head, and nobody threw a flag.
Did you hear though what happened on that play? He told the official he didn't mean to, and the official said okay.
And here's the thing: if you're watching it, what did the announcer say? He said, after halftime, Alabama's going to take control because they're starting to play physical.
Yeah, right.
Well,
the ones that played physical were Vanderbilt.
Hey, you go back and watch the 2 or 3 times and listen to what the announcer said. He actually said that Alabama will take control after halftime, and because now they're starting to play physical.
Yeah, at halftime we were calling for those Miami officials that were there for Virginia Tech game, and we couldn't get them there quick enough. So that cost us the game. We tried our best to get them there. Vegas was helping with that.
And then the other play that I saw and I don't remember, he was the outside linebacker. He went over there after the guys on the ground and just speared him down on the ground. Now it wasn't a targeting because he did turn his head and hit him with his shoulder, but he's on the ground. And why did they not call personal foul late hit with targeting so they could at least view the targeting? But no, they just called targeting. And my son, who does do refereeing and stuff in college and all, he said they've changed that now because it's an automatic personal foul, even though it's targeting or not. So now what they'll do is they'll just say it's targeting and not call a personal foul. Well, if you hit somebody that's laying on the ground after the whistle blows, I think that's a late hit.
Yeah, that's a personal foul. Yeah. Well, Rob, we're going to talk more about that at 8 o'clock. We're talking something positive now. The Florida's got to win, not Alabama negativism.
I warned you, Rob. I warned you.
Why would you call and interrupt the Florida update with this negative talk on Alabama? I don't get it, Rob.
Well, I'm glad that Florida won. At least we did have a Florida team in Miami. I think Miami played Sunday when they won because they started.
Yeah, you're right.
That's now the best Florida team. That's Miami for sure.
Hey, I was impressed with Miami. But Rob, you got to give some love to Florida now. They did a good job. They bounced back. They won. They played hard. I was impressed.
I think the Gus bus had a wreck.
Yeah.
On the way
it's
there.
been wrecking through the years.
The quarterback play.
Yeah.
The Arkansas kid's not the answer.
I was disappointed. And did you hear that they think that the quarterback for Florida State, Ukulele, that he may be out for the year?
Is that a bad thing?
Well, no. I think that I heard the cheers from Tallahassee when they announced that his finger that he's broke or whatever it is, it might be. I can't say that they're afraid, but they've only played in 4 games. Hopefully they're not going to medically redshirt him unless he's already been redshirted and hope to bring him back next year.
God.
So, but anyway.
Yeah, we're just kind of kidding. We don't want anything negative happen to anybody. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, the Florida looks like they have in the past. They didn't make a lot of mistakes, and that stadium was full and rocking.
Yes, it was. That helps recruiting. That's what we're trying to tell the FSU fans. Go to the game, support them, regardless what the score is. Whatever happens, go support them. It's going to help you in the future with recruiting.
Yeah, and tickets are cheap right now.
There was a lot of...
Just saying.
Ouch, Doc. Ouch.
Yeah.
They are. This is the time to
still go have a good time. Yeah.
Hey, go have a good time.
Hey, I was gonna go put my stuff out there at the door, but I was afraid you'd go up there and kick the door and break the glass when you got here this morning.
No, I'm over it. I'm over it. It is what it is.
I haven't seen so much embarrassment since the Florida kid picked up the shoe and threw it down the field.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
We'll talk about it.
He did. When he did that, that was a foul. I mean, it didn't cost, and that one cost Florida the game. This one didn't cost Florida the game.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Or didn't cost. Miami was already, or Alabama was already gone. But anyway, I've been trying to get in since 7 o'clock, but I guess the towers are down in Lynn Haven. They wouldn't let me come through, or they wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't talk to you. Anyway. All right, guys. Y'all have a good day.
All right, anchor down, Rob.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks for the positive comments, Rob. Appreciate you building us up, man. Thank you.
It's a good thing. Good thing Kentucky didn't play this week, and Texas.
Goodbye, Rob. Bye. Bye, Rob.
Hey, I just got some bad news. I was watching it. I kept waiting for I was so pumped up watching the Steelers, Najee Harris, and Fitzpatrick. All the Bama boys are on that team, and I think Steelers are going to be pretty good this year. And they have a weather delay. Then I started watching Sopranos, and I said, "Oh yeah, the game's on." Turning back, they were just kicking off. I don't know, 2 hours late or something like that.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm watching. I said, "I got to go to bed," and so I go to bed, and I just found out. I just talked to Eric. Eric said that Steelers lost. So what a weekend! Bama loses, Steelers lose. Layton won. Anyway, Layton's team won. So, anyway, my God.
Little silver lining behind the clouds.
Hey, but the Florida Gators, seriously, man, maybe they shock the world and turn this thing around. Who knows?
Yeah.
You can't say it can't happen. Look what's going on now in college football.
And, as much as I know the Florida fans hate Billy Napier right now, he's capable of turning it around.
Is he?
I do. I think he is.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Paparazzi Pizza. Oh, my. Hey, Colby Baker's in town. We had a birthday party for him. He turned, I think, 30 years old. We got not one. We got 6 pizzas from Paparazzi. The food was great. I had a great time at Eric and Laura's house, the birthday party. Huge birthday party. Happy birthday, Colby. I think they went back up to Nashville, but he's a pilot. He played for me at Arnold's. He's a pilot, does a great job. Great kid, man. Unbelievable kid. But anyway, great time. Thank you, Paparazzi, for the wonderful pizza we got there. Do the same thing. It's pizza season. You want to go to Paparazzi. They got a bar in there. They got the best bakery you'll go have anywhere. The Paradise Cake is incredible. It's unbelievable. Coconut, everything they got there is great. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive. Taco Bell, we got 3 great locations in beautiful Panama City. You Tiger Sharks, tough game last week against Rutherford Rams. Guess what? Taco Bell is there for both programs. There's one in Callaway that supports Rutherford. The one down in Port St. Joe, DoorDash, they support the Tiger Sharks. Go support them. They do DoorDash down there in Port St. Joe. Get out to Taco Bell and have a great time. Turpro Pest Control. Patrick does an incredible job. You want that yard to look like a golf course? Call Turpro Pest Control. Patrick and his crew will come out. They'll get up a game plan. Your yard will look like a golf course. They do an unbelievable job.
Is he going to come in today?
I love Before Brazen Lynn Haven. Hey, you know what? Everybody say a prayer for Pat. I love Pat. Say a prayer for his health. And keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's going to be fine, but say a little prayer for him. And get out to Before Brazen Lynn Haven, have a great meal. Don't forget Wednesday, 10 wings and a side for $9.99. I want some jewelry. Where am I going?
You're going to go to David Adamson Fine Jewelry at 830 Highway 77. 26 years of experience from Amber Anderson, Russ Klinger. He's got a bunch. And I think with the combined, do the math, they got 49 years of experience. If you can dream it up, they can create it and put it on your necklace or chain or bracelet or anklet, whatever you want. And they have got a 25 to 75% off sale going on now. David Adamson Designer.
Go check it out. You'll love it. They give deals. They work on things right there in-house. They don't mail anything off. They're number one at what they do, like all of our great sponsors here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Auburn Tigers. Be right back. Alabama Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 85 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 70. The same tomorrow around 85 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the northeast around 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday and warm around 79. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good?
Okay.
Introducing KHS TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. All your local favorites. Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. Plus, catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks. ESPN, the NFL Network, and the NBA Network. It's more than just sports. KHS offers 50-plus movie channels, 150-plus entertainment channels, all your favorite news networks, and watch thousands of movies and TV shows on demand. All for just $40 a month with a one-time $2 billing fee. And you can watch up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score KHS TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the TV logo. That's ESPNPC.com and click the TV logo.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Put down your natural lights. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. Locals taking care of locals. No one does a better job than Stevenson Air Conditioning. Get it serviced about every 6 months. It'll run better. It'll save you money on your power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. I ask you again, keep your prayers for the people down in Southwest Florida, this hurricane. Not huge, but it's going to be very intense. It's going to be up to a 4 or 5, then it's going to weaken before it hits. And just keep everybody in your prayer, especially the people up in North Carolina also. And if you want to give money, please do so. Alabama, let's talk about Alabama. 2 plays people kind of forget about, 2 plays that really cost them. One was coaching, completely coaching. If you're a great coaching staff, you don't make this mistake. It cost Bama big time, and people are not talking about it. Alabama finally had stopped Vandy's offense, that triple option attack. They finally stop him. What happens? They make him punt the ball. Number 2, Williams catches the ball. But guess what the problem was? There were 2 players wearing number 2 on the play, which is a violation of statute 342.7Z.
Yeah, that is a coaching problem.
That is a coaching mistake. That's a special team mistake. It gave Vandy the ball back. What happens? Vandy drives down the field and scores a touchdown. Another thing that happened is that the pick 6 by Milroe bounces up in the air. The guy catches it, runs it into the end zone, touchdown. So there you are right there, 14-something points right there. Coaching, you Bama fans, you wanted Pete Golding gone. You went crazy about Pete Golding. He's got to go. We're playing man coverage against Tennessee. We give up 52 points against Tennessee. Nick Saban was right there beside him, heard what he was calling the man coverage. He gave up 41 in the loss to Texas A&M. Pete Golding gave up 35 points to Arkansas. We won that game. Well, Warmack, the new defense coordinator, runs a 4-2-5 defense. Vandy hangs 40 points on Alabama's new defense coordinator.
Yeah.
So you think he's not on the hot seat right now as we speak?
Yeah, and should be.
And should be.
I mean, it seemed like there was no adjustment after halftime.
Alabama is a talented football team. Alabama is an emotional football team. You saw Miss Georgia. Came out of the field. They look like killers. They look strong. They look good. They were pumped up. They were fired up. Alabama is a talented football team. Alabama is an emotional football team. You didn't see that emotion with Bear Bryant teams for 25 years. They were even keel. Nick Saban football teams didn't show a whole lot of emotion. They went out there and it was business-like. They got it done. Alabama's very emotional. They're very undisciplined. 3 things about Alabama's football team: talented, emotional, and undisciplined. When did you see a Bear Bryant team where a football player threw his mouthpiece, went over there after the officials set the ball, kicked the ball away from the officials?
Yeah.
When did you ever see that with a Nick Saban football team?
And it was disappointing to most Alabama fans, I know.
Yeah. We got some problems. You can get beat by anybody any given day. That's not wrong. I mean, that just happened. That's football. Sometimes you're not ready to play. But our players are good. They're talented. The defense got big, strong, fast people. You cannot tell me that Vandy had better talent on their offense than Bama had on their defense. There's no way. We told you early last week what our defensive coordinator said. He was concerned about Vandy's quarterback. We told you he's the same kid that went into Auburn, Alabama when he played at Mexico State and beat them. We told you that. There's nothing special, nothing new. They mentioned it during the game. What did he do? He beats Auburn. Now he beats Alabama. There was no answer for him.
Yeah.
We lined up, like Kirby Smart used to say. He worked for the great Nick Saban. He was the defense coordinator 9 years. When he was defense coordinator, you go listen to him talk. You go to a clinic. He talked about the toolbox. You've got to have enough tools in your toolbox when you play in the SEC and play major college football to stop all the different offenses you're going to see throughout the year. Alabama's toolbox has one tool in it. It's called a 4-2-5. Yeah. That's what they based out of. Now, that's misleading. We got stunts. We got pressure package. We got different coverages, and so we're not being really fair. But I've never seen a 4-2-5 do very well against a running option football team. On most of those plays, they don't block one of your defensive linemen. They read him. So actually, you have 5 people trying to stop an option attack, a well-coached offensive football team. I saw us get outflanked. I saw with the motion and the sets and formations that Vandy did against that 4-2-5, to me, didn't look sound. And guess what? They put 40 points up on you. Did you see any adjustments?
No, I didn't see any adjustments.
Now, it's just one game. But it's probably the most embarrassing football game in Alabama history.
And when have you seen the shuffle pass work so well?
That's coaching.
Multiple times.
That's coaching. They had it. They ran it at the right time.
Yeah.
And what about the 4th and short? And they fake up in there and hit the touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Where's the free save?
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yeah.
We're not a disciplined football team right now.
Yeah.
I was serious when I said emotion. I've seen it all year. I talked to everybody about the Georgia game. I thought Georgia would run up and down the field in Alabama. The first half, I was unbelievably impressed with Bama's defense. The second half is what I thought would happen. In 6 quarters, Alabama's given up 67 points in 6 quarters. Not 6 games, in 6 quarters.
Yeah.
The second half against Georgia, they gave up 27. 4 quarters against Vandy, they give up 40 points. Chad, it shocked me. It looked like they hadn't practiced against this offense. You go back and you read the comments from the players and stuff like that. They repped it. They were prepared for it. Just my opinion, and I could be completely wrong. They lined up in a 6-man front, and they said, we're going to live and die with this. And we died with it.
Yeah.
We did not stop them. They had the ball. This is incredible. Vandy had the ball for over 42 minutes. Alabama had the ball for 17 minutes and some seconds. 17 minutes. Yeah. And the pick six cost us there. The
fumble was the killer to the game.
The 2 number 2 in the game. The sack when he fumbles. Anyway, we're not the number 1 team in the country. I saw against Wisconsin when they had some really good runs up the middle against our defense. I had concerns then. We got a lot of work to do. The number 1 work to do is getting kids not to throw the ball, not to be dirty players, to have self-control and discipline. You just don't see that from Alabama football team. For 25 years when Bear Bryant was there, they were disciplined. You never saw a player do what these players are doing.
Yeah.
Nick Saban. For 17 years, you never saw that.
We saw it some with some of the other coaches through the late 90s and early 2000s.
You never saw that.
Yeah, no, not with Gene Stallings, not with
And I'll
Saban.
talk more about this unbelievable performance. The worst lost, I think, in Alabama's history. The number 1 team in the country, we've lost 3 games to an unranked team. And I'll never forget losing to Mississippi State in Jackson, Mississippi, 6-3. Bear Bryant did it. And now this one, number 1 team in the country, gives up 40 points.
This game felt like that Ole Miss game way back where we had, You know, when Saban was coaching, we had 5 turnovers. And in this game, we only had 2. We just got beat.
Vandy had 418 yards of offense. Alabama had 394.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We never had the ball. We never had a chance.
Yeah.
Never had a chance. They got to go look in the mirror and decide. They got to put some more tools in that toolbox, in my opinion.
Well, one of the bright spots is Ryan Williams. I mean, he had a fantastic game.
We got to take a break. We're way off. I'm sorry. I had to get it off my chest, okay? It's just one game. It's just one game. We can't let this one game turn into another loss. I'm not even going to give any sponsorships.
In the words of a great coach, it's only a 2-hour show.
We'll be right back. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN. Home of the Atlanta Rays baseball right here. Be right back.
Home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's Monday Night Football with Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints versus Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Running inside the pylon. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7:15.
Left into the backfield, and he is stopped.
Right here on your home for the NFL and Monday Night Football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 85 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 70. The same tomorrow around 85 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the northeast around 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday and warm around 79. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. That's 800-708-3092.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna, grandbaby, all them Auburn Tigers throughout the Panhandle of Florida wore Eagle. Auburn Update brought to you by Beef O'Brady's. Get out to Beef O'Brady's. Have a great, great time. And keep Pat Perno in your prayers. Let's pray for his good health. I love that man. Wonderful man. Get to Beef O'Brady's. Have a great time. Auburn, I tell you what, I'm proud of the Auburn Tigers. I thought they played really hard. I do. I thought they gave great effort. They were overmatched. Georgia's roster is a lot better than just about everybody else in the country. And Georgia played hard. They're a good football team. They bounced back after losing. Give Auburn credit. They fought hard. I thought they had a good game plan. Yeah, they got beat, no doubt about it, 31-13. But I'm looking at some positive things. We got a phone call. Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing today?
Well, I'm here.
Hey, let me tell you something. We just played Auburn. Auburn's a better football team than you can talk about.
Yes.
Their quarterback is their problem.
Yep.
Their quarterback is their problem. Now, let's go back to this Alabama game for a minute. Then go back to the Alabama-Georgia game. You did not bring up the one thing to you that being a coach, football is a game of momentum. Mm-hmm. It is a true game of momentum. In the Georgia-Alabama game, when y'all come out and punched us in the mouth 7-0 right off the bat, we had a boy drop the ball on the 6-yard line. The ball hit him right in his fingertips, and that had changed the momentum of that game.
The first drive. The first drive.
The first drive.
Yeah,
the very next play, we get pass interference. The very next play, you sack it.
Yep.
And it just continues to roll.
Yep.
Now, the one thing I can say about Alabama is that team yesterday, Saturday was not. That's not. I don't think y'all are as good as you think. Number one, y'all do have a lot of talented players, just like Georgia does. But DeBoer is the reason that game got beat. That is all coaching. There's no way that Nick Saban loses to Vandy at Vandy. Period. It don't matter who they bring out there. Saban's not going to lose to Vandy at Vandy. It don't matter who it is.
Let me ask you this.
So
let me ask you this. Kirby Smart coach team and Nick Saban and Bear Bryant, Vince Dooley, you can name them, the great ones. If you told a player to get off the field, would they
Kirby
not
would have
get
walked
off
out
the
to
field?
the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the defense coordinator did, and it didn't do any good. That blew my mind. That blew my mind.
He did not do what the good coaches do when you do that. When you get to that point, and I know he's your team captain, so what does that represent for your entire team if he's got a C on his chest?
Yeah.
The same thing they were doing to us in the game. Y'all were chippy all game against Georgia, talking in our face, trying to get us started. And let me tell you something. Nick Saban teams never did that.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, you got to respect Alabama, okay? We've lost to y'all 6 out of 7. I give you all the respect in the world. You've earned it. It ain't because we just gave it to you. You've earned it. But I'm going to tell you this. If that culture don't change there in Alabama real quick, y'all ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Anytime
You're
soon.
exactly right.
It don't matter. It don't matter who the players y'all got on the sideline.
I'm with you.
It don't matter.
I'm with you. That's
But
something.
that's
what I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I am disappointed they lost, but the undisciplined. That's like I told him a minute ago. I said Alabama's a talented football team. They're an emotional football team. They're an undisciplined football team. That's just a fact.
They don't look like the Alabama teams I've seen before. Yeah, y'all beat us. I give you that. But you know what? Good luck getting back to playing us, or good luck us get back to play y'all.
Yeah.
But Tennessee showed their true colors this week. Ole Miss ain't as good, so our schedule ain't looking as hard as it used to.
And Missouri ain't all that either. You know,
that's when I started telling these Florida fans, don't fall apart
Missouri
yet.
Missouri, Texas A&M is better than people are giving credit.
I agree with that.
Solid football team.
Yeah.
They got a good offensive line. They're good up front, and they got some good athletes on the outside. And I'm gonna tell you, Texas A&M is gonna be tough. Texas better. We got Texas, and they've got Texas A&M as well. So I mean,
Texas A&M is going to beat Texas. Texas A&M will beat Texas.
We're going to beat Texas. I promise you that. We're going to beat Texas in Austin, and we're going to beat Ole Miss, and we're going to beat Tennessee.
What was Kirby? I thought the crowd was. What was Kirby upset with the crowd for? I thought they were okay.
It was a record hot day for October against Auburn. You know, we used to play Auburn in November, which is the best way to do it.
Right.
But you know, they just got to mess everything up.
Gus Malzahn did that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all. I mean, it was hot, record hot day out there, and you know, people bored with the game. The game wasn't very entertaining. It was very slow. Kirby said at the beginning of the game, we're going to establish the running game today, and that's basically what we worked on the entire game.
Yeah.
When we couldn't run it, we throw it. And let me tell you, if we could have ran the ball against y'all, we would have probably had a better shot than we did anyway, but we had to go hurry up. Y'all jumped all over us.
What you did the second half, what I thought you do the entire game, you know, I almost picked Georgia because I thought we couldn't stop Georgia's offense because I watched it against Wisconsin. I knew we had problems against Wisconsin. They didn't fumble the football and get their quarterback hurt in the first quarter. That would have been a totally different game.
Y'all got Beck's head, man. Yeah. Y'all were in Beck's head. Alabama's defense was in Beck's head. They were chirping at him, and you could see it on the sideline. He was mentally flustered.
Yeah.
But the difference between what I saw in that game was a head coach who was in control of his team, take them into the halftime, give them what they deserved, and then they come out and play a different game. And he was calm. The difference between Alabama and Georgia last week, is Alabama went into halftime thinking they're still going to blow them out, and there was no adjustments made, and y'all got beat by a lesser opponent.
Kirby made the adjustments against Alabama.
We should have beat y'all. You don't.
Yeah. I will say this, though. I'm going to be fair to Bama.
Double team. How do you have a double team on one dude?
I'm going to be honest, though, about Alabama. You get 5 fourth down conversions That's what wore them out. They were completely gone. I mean, Georgia was better disciplined. They had better shape. Alabama was worn out. Their defense was worn. How many plays y'all get? One drive, I think, was like 17 plays, 13 plays, something like that.
Look at what Vandy did the same thing to y'all Saturday.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I talked to my son, and I was like, "Hey, that's the worst defense I've ever seen in Alabama history." And I'm talking about this goes way back.
Yep.
The worst defense I've ever seen with that A on that helmet.
Yep.
And there ain't no way that ain't gonna last. I'm gonna tell you this: the board can be all that, and they can end up being 13-2, whatever. But if you ain't got no discipline and you ain't got no defense, you ain't gonna last in this league. Yeah. And you know what? We're both seeing the same problem that everybody else is seeing, and we're seeing a little bit more. Our stables used to be so thick that we had so many players because we were the top. Alabama, Georgia had the most talented rosters for years. But that NIL, you see where that NIL is doing now.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't got those.
It's mixing it up.
You ain't got those players.
Yeah.
You ain't got all them stable backs, them stable defensive backs, and stable
if we do what the
NFL
does, if you do what the NFL does, you hire them, their employees under contract, they can't jump ship. It's not the NIL.
They also have a draft.
The NIL, it's the dang transferring out. Everybody's got players now.
Yeah.
Everybody's got some good players.
Yeah, that's because that money.
I think you're right. I think there needs to be a draft and contracts.
It's all about that money, man. Those kids, that number 13, if I was an NFL scout and I saw how number 13 acted, I would say, okay, yeah, you're a talented player, but you're not that guy. Okay, because I know emotions run high in all sports. It don't matter if you're running a marathon against somebody. You're still emotional and try to win or try to do your very best. But that right there, and then for none of the other players to stand up to him, show that that's a lack of class on all those players.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've seen that at Georgia with Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was one of the most talented players ever to play at Georgia. But he had an attitude problem, big time. And I'm going to tell you, players would get in his face and be like, they weren't scared of him. They're like, look, we're here for a purpose, not just for you, buddy. And that right there, that's very classless against all the things they were doing to Vandy. Same thing they were doing to us, man. It's okay, though. What happens is you see your true colors there. So go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Come on. We're going to keep coming. And hopefully the Tide gets their stuff together so we can get a rematch and try to get a little bit, get back. Maybe get 2-8.
Well,
that'd be great.
Something's got to change for Bama to get back. I'm telling you that. I've never seen all my years. I'm 67 years old. I never saw an Alabama football player not leave the field when a coach told him to. Never. I never seen walk up to a football that the official spotted and kick it. I never saw that. I never saw that. Yeah. Unbelievable.
And they ain't even talking about suspending him or nothing. I mean, that's just, I mean, you ain't going to do that. I mean, I'm not bragging on Kirby, but Kirby's starting to feel a little bit too. You can see it in his eyes and the way he talks.
The players got the control now. They can just leave.
So he has nothing to, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to lose great men. That's the problem I really see in this whole situation. Well, first of all, we don't have enough great men in this world anyway.
He told me he's going to Dallas. I hate to break you, Bubba.
No,
he's going to
never.
Dallas. $20 million, 5 years, guaranteed money. He's gone.
He's going to go watch his boys succeed, and his boys is I mean, whether he don't probably have near enough time for them, but he does what he loves, and they've got their things going on. But I'm telling you, he's going to go invest in his boys and do what he's supposed to do. Kirby's a great guy.
Oh, he is. There's no doubt. I love him. Hey, listen, we got to go. Thanks for the call. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
And we're just talking, giving our opinions. We're not right. We're not wrong. We're just giving opinions. Your opinion just as strong as ours. Hopefully Bama bounces back. But we didn't get to talk about Auburn. And we got Pat in here. Pat, what'd you think about this weekend, man? I tell you what, we got to take a break. But let's talk about Turpo Pest Control. I wanted my yard like a golf course. It does now. Your magical techniques worked. Where can Chad Mitchell, Wildcat, that hay he has out there, he's growing.
2 acres out there.
Yeah, how can you work that magic? How can people get up with you at Turf Pro Pest Control?
You can message us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. Call us on our local number 850-890-5820.
Turf Pro Pest Control #1. That truck's throughout Bay Point. They do a great job. Not a good job, a great job. Taco Bell, all you Tiger Sharks, they got DoorDash down there. You Rutherford Rams in Callaway, you get out to Taco Bell. Big supporters of Rutherford Rams. Great game last week for both teams. Rutherford gets their first big win. Taco Bell, part of both those. Paparazzi Pizza, the best pizza you'll get anywhere. They got a bar. They got a bakery. It's incredible. They got it all. Paparazzi right there on Thomas Drive. Go check it out. You'll love it. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You'll look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right. 5 minutes can save your life. Don't put it off. Go see him. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell, Robot, MD, right here beside me. Chad, what's the best way anybody can get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
And we'll be right back. You're listening to the legendary 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Auburn Tigers. We get back, we're asking Pat, what about them Florida State Seminoles? We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for college football and the Auburn Tigers.
He dives! He's in! Touchdown Auburn!
We heard you, Tiger fans. So this season, we're airing every single game. And you can take that to the bank.
It's picked off in the end zone!
Plus, the biggest games in the SEC and around the country play here on your official station for college football, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. They take pride in caring for their customers' property by providing lawn and whole house pest control. Whether you have roaches or any other unwanted bugs in your home, Turf Pro has you covered. Or if your lawn needs weed control, fertilize, insect control, Turf Pro has you covered by providing custom treatments to meet your property's needs. No property is the same, so why should it be treated that way? Turf Pro, where the blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Call 850-890-5820.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2024 Kia. You'll see why everyone is talking about Kia. The 2024 Kia will give you the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in a luxury sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia K5. Performance, power, and design built just for you. Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you just like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
His biggest fear about the zombie apocalypse is all the walking. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh, yeah. And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, I want to make a comment here. It's been on my mind for a while, okay? Can I do it, Wildcat? You think I'll get in trouble?
Yeah, but go ahead and do it
Should
anyway.
I do it anyway?
I like it.
Yeah, is he wearing number 13? Is he emotional? Is he undisciplined?
Listen to what I'm about to say.
Get off the field, Coach.
Listen to what I'm about to say and comprehend what I'm saying, Wildcat. This is for you, Wildcat. This is for you. I wrote this down. We don't always lose at Alabama. But when we do, we never hear the end of it.
That's because when you lose big and hard.
Oh. Yeah, you either lose to Michigan or Vandy. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
Thank you very much.
That? Where's Michigan Eddie? I thought he was calling us today. Pat,
I think he's mad.
Pat, tell us about the game. You were there. You got to talk to a couple of kids after the game. Give us your take. I wasn't happy, but I thought I saw some good things.
There was a lot of good things that happened during the game. Brock makes an interception in the first quarter early. That was clearly a wrong route run. It was an option route. He threw it on a timing and it wasn't there. But yeah, talking with him after the game, he's real disappointed about the loss. But I got to talk to him, and I was telling him about how impressed I was with the way he handled the offense. He was telling people throughout the game where they were supposed to line up. So Florida State played a lot of freshmen and true freshmen at the game.
That's going to help them next year for sure.
It's going to help them not only next year, the rest of the season. But there was a play in the fourth quarter. He makes a fourth down run, scrambles out, makes a first down, dives, gets it. And I told him that was probably one of the best plays, but that was the play he won the team over. I watched the attitude on the team. Yeah, they celebrated the first down, but the way they reacted to him and what I saw throughout the game that I have not seen with DJ, even on a sack, the offensive lineman coming in helping him up. He scrambles out, and I watched one of the offensive linemen trot back 25 yards where he was to come get him. I did not see that at all.
I like that. I like what you're saying.
So there's kind of this confidence from the team, and everybody's going to go, well, he's 1-2. His 2 losses were Georgia and Clemson.
Yeah.
And he played really good against Clemson. Few drop passes.
You're making a great point because I never saw them even get near the other quarterback. I mean, something was wrong there.
Well, the offensive line has not been able to block, but one of the things, they're not establishing a run. Clemson lined up almost 6 men on the line of scrimmage every play, and then they were blitzing constantly. To me, Clemson's game plan was, we're going to make Brock throw the ball.
Yeah, keep him off
and
balance.
Beat us.
Yep.
We're going to blitz him, bring blitzes from other one.
Which was a good game plan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because he's inexperienced.
We got a phone call. Yeah. Is that what you're telling me? Let's take this phone call real quick. Good morning, sir.
Go Blue Truck Series, we're going to play back to Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Michigan Eddie.
And Wildcat. Hey, I got some things to say. Probably one of the worst weekends seen to date. It started off with the Tigers losing the Indians 7-0. Air Force just got beat down by the Seamen. Embarrassing loss. You don't lose a rivalry game like that, 34-7. Thiessen needs to revamp his offense. The only thing good was that's why you fly by because 2 of my bros did it. That was embarrassing and sickening. Buckeye Boy was right. I agree with him about that. Michigan's got a quarterback problem, third-string quarterback, and that falls on head coach Sharon Moore, who was last year's offensive coordinator.
Wouldn't that have been Harbaugh?
No, hold on. I'm not done. I'm on a roll. And then the offensive coordinator, who was the quarterback coach last year, Kurt Campbell, they should have known J.J. McCarthy wasn't going to be here this year. Everyone knew that he was going to the draft. And to then not to prepare any quarterback for this year is embarrassing and shouldn't happen. Our defense played well enough to win that game against UW. We had a costly turnover. We should have won that ball game. And here's the thing. What makes me sick about college sports is, remember Bo Schembechler's speech to the team?
Yes.
The team?
Love it.
Okay? Here's the deal. The last real team our youngsters, like my kids, their generation is going to play on. It's not going to be college when Coach says, when you go to the next level, you're going to play for a contract. This is the last team you're ever going to play. You know when the last time our boys and girls are going to play on a real team that actually care about one another and not look out for themselves? It's at the high school level now because money has ruined everything. College sports is glorified professional sports, and it makes me sick. I'm coming in hot.
Okay.
Get him,
all right.
baby.
Tell us how you really feel.
No.
He's emotional and undisciplined.
No.
Are you wearing number 13 right now?
No. I'm like Hulk Hogan. I'm not being quiet anymore, man. You need to speak up, and good as needs conquer evil. And when it's wrong, it's wrong. We don't have to shut up in color, man.
Hey, they're coming for your high school kids next. That's next on the agenda.
All right, real quick. Can I say this real quick?
Oh, and Eddie's baseball team lost speaking up in Atlanta, so that didn't make anything good. But my high school team back home lost too.
Okay.
But Arnold won, I guess, so that's good.
Yeah, that was good.
And,
something else is good.
Local teams.
Let me get this in.
Teams are good.
Can I say something, please?
Go ahead.
I made a mistake. The huge game, one of the biggest games ever, is going to be played not next Friday, this Friday. Mosley's playing Niceville at Tommy Oliver. We have got to pack that place out. Niceville is going to bring a huge crowd. They always do. Their side's going to be packed. People in Bay County, we got to go pack this thing out. We got an undefeated football team that could maybe win a championship. They win this one, they got a great shot of doing something really special. We have got to pack it out. And you can listen to it right here in ESPN Northwest Florida. Mosley versus Niceville this Friday night, 7 o'clock. Your daughter's a cheerleader over there, right?
Correct.
That's a huge football game.
Yeah, Niceville's going to bring a lot of people. I've talked to people that I know over there in Niceville, and it is being pushed out. It's being promoted. They kind of want revenge from last year's game.
Yeah.
Where it was over here, they were upset that it was played here and not there. This year, back-to-back home games for Mosley. Yeah, it's going to be it's a big time. 2 top 10 teams in the state.
Yep.
Playing right here at Tommy Oliver. If you don't get a ticket, you better buy them early because they're talking 8,000 to 10,000 people.
We're going to pack that thing out. And you can listen to it right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, Michigan Eddie, but it wasn't just that. Listen to this. Number 1, Bama goes down by Vandy, 40-35. Number 4, Tennessee gets beat by Arkansas, 19-14. Number 9, Missouri gets embarrassed by Texas A&M, 41-10. Southern Cal, 11th team in the country. Welcome to the Big Ten. They get beat by Minnesota, 24-17. And Michigan, number 10 team in the country, goes down to Washington, 27-17. It was just a crazy weekend in college athletics.
Yeah, it was very crazy. I'll tell you, that Alabama lost to Vandy, that might take the cake over App State, Michigan there. You know?
Thank you. Yes.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you. I'm okay. I can handle it.
Because here's the thing, the App State could beat a lot of D1 schools. They were D2 power at that time with Armani Edwards and all. They were pretty good, but, I mean, Diego Pravia, all that kid does is win. If you watch him in Mexico State, dude, he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's a gritty ball player.
He does have a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, and he just wins wherever he's at. Like, New Mexico State around in Las Cruces.
I just thought about something as you were talking. We talked about this last week about maybe it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. Womack, the defense coordinator of Alabama, brought up and talked about he was concerned about this quarterback. He talked about this guy came in from Mexico State, went into Auburn and beat them, and he was the quarterback that transferred to Vandy. That he talked about it. We talked about it last week. They talked about the guy before the game on TV, and he beats the crap out of Alabama. This guy. He's not very big, but he's pretty dang on good.
Well, wait a minute. Georgia State, I think, found a way to beat Vandy.
Georgia State beats Vandy, yes. Number 1 team in the country is Georgia State.
Can't figure out how to do it, but Georgia State knows how to beat Vandy.
Michigan, it's so bad Alabama right now on the defense side of the ball. I think Michigan's offense would score.
That's saying something because our running back, Michigan's got a good squad. But the quarterback problem has to be figured out, and wide receivers, because we're a glorified service academy right now. Even the Navy throws the ball more than Michigan does, bro.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? And that's nothing that makes me sick. The Seaman and Old Hudson High are both undefeated. Army Navy are undefeated, and Indiana's undefeated.
Go Hoosiers.
BYU is even undefeated.
What do they call? Go Cougars. Hey, Miss Katie, you know what? It's just a game. It's just a game. You're going to be okay. How you feeling, buddy? You okay?
I'm all right. I'm going to work, doing my job. And that's about it. Oh, and Eris's team won, her Niceville team won the Destin Rodeo Soccer, so shout out to Eris. She's the coach now. So that was the bright spot of my weekend.
Listen, we love you. You have a good day. I'm praying for you, and be positive. Come on, be positive.
Keep it positive, Coach. Love you. Go with your I'm out. Yeah.
Pat, we'll get back to your FSU conversation with the quarterback when we get back. We got some inside scoop right here. Maybe Patrick can give us a little take what's really going down in Tallahassee. Why are you laughing, Chad? Your UCF got beat. Why are you happy?
All you can do is laugh.
I can tell you what's going down over there. There's a wind column right now.
Yeah.
The wind column's not climbing.
I'll get back to my question that I asked at the beginning of the show. Are all of the people that are giving NIL money getting their money's worth?
No.
Texas is.
Texas is? Okay, there you go. They're the ones, they're happy about their NIL deals.
Hey, watch out. Texas got Oklahoma this week.
Hey, listen,
Never
Texas
know.
they still got to play some teams.
We'll talk about them.
And, you know, we'll see how Texas does.
We will talk about Texas when we get back. All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best coldest beer you'll get anywhere. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Go check it out. You'll love it. Pat's down there all the time. His beautiful wife. They love it. Chad loves it. I love it. Wildcat. He never goes. South Oak Taunton Closing, number one. You can't beat Chuck Tucker and that crew. For all real estate closing, is South Oak Taunton Closing, number one. Just like Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're number one at what they do. Locals taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning. You can't get anything better than Stevenson Air Conditioning. We got a new sponsor, too. Lisa Hunt is the Anytime Fitness in Callaway. You want to get in shape, and she'll be with us tomorrow morning. Jason's going to bring her in here. We're going to visit with her tomorrow. But if you want to get in great shape, Anytime Fitness in Callaway, that's where you need to go. Great people. They do an incredible job over there. They help you in nutrition. And you name it, they do it. And we'll talk to her again tomorrow. Anytime Fitness in Callaway. Go check it out. Go join it. Go get bigger. Go get stronger. Go get faster. Go get healthy. Anytime Fitness. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Next evolution in sports talk radio. And we're back! On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdog. The only live afternoon show in Panama City where you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right!
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdogs.
It's mayhem!
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 85 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 70. The same tomorrow around 85 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the northeast around 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday and warm around 79. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Patrick's with us here, Dr. Chad Mitchell. Vandy's got the biggest win of the year so far, beating upset number one Alabama 40-35. And they get a little cupcake game this next week. They're playing Kentucky, so that should be an easy win right there.
Man, oh man.
All he do is mumble.
Hey, I'm miserable. You should be miserable too.
First of all, I doubt it. Second of all, Kentucky's had a bye week, so they get to rest.
I think it's
Did they play at Vandy?
Yeah,
they did play at Vandy.
Okay, what?
There were more
that'll
Alabama
help.
fans there.
That'll help Vandy because Kentucky's only kicking field goals,
Oh, God, Pat.
and they don't have any.
I really liked you, you know?
Yeah, there's no goal post in Vandy anymore. Real quick, you talking about Texas, Oklahoma? Be careful about Texas now. Listen to this. Versus Oklahoma, the last 27 years, my coach, Mac Brown, one of our coaches at Southern Mississippi, I love him, his record against Oklahoma, 7 wins, 9 losses. Charlie Strong, I like Charlie Strong. I met him when he was down in Florida, when he worked for Spurrier. His record versus Oklahoma, 1-2. Tom Herman, the great, unbelievable coach from Ohio State. His record against Oklahoma, 1-4. Stark, Bama's boy. I love Stark. His record versus Oklahoma, 1-2. Watch out, Longhorns. You never know. I don't think Oklahoma's got enough offense this year, but you never know. Never know. Patch, let's get back to you. I want to talk about your conversation with some of the Florida State players after the game. Give us some little insight what was said.
Well, they're disappointed, but some of the positivity was talking with players outside of Brock about his performance and also theirs. And there's a big learning curve going on with a lot of the young guys, but they had confidence in Brock. I won't say it was more – I'm not going to talk bad about DJ, but there was a different way they were after the game, even after a loss, than they were in some of the other games. They felt like there's hope, I guess. They can see a progress. Grady Kelly was one of the kids that I've talked to quite a bit. He speaks the world of Brock. I've got to talk to him after several games, and it's interesting. I know more about his story, where he came from in high school and why he was a 3-star recruit versus a 4 or 5-star, how he developed late in his high school career. I think he was either sophomore or junior. He was only 5'7", and he's like 6'1", 6'2" now. So he sprouted, was skinny.
Late bloomer, yeah.
Right. Now, the last time he ran a 40, and this was right out of his mouth, he got lasered. He was a junior in high school, and he was 4'7".
Wow.
He's faster than that now. So I would say, just watching from the eye, he's maybe a 4.55 guy. And as a quarterback with Norvell's system, if he goes back to the offense they ran in 22, a true RPO versus a play-action drop back, it's going to put more pressure on the defensive ends instead of just a all-out free-for-all. I was talking with Brock after the game, and I told him one of the best plays I saw him do that impressed me the most, and it's one of those how you win the team. They had a nickel blitz coming off the strong side of the field. He saw it. He audibled to a quick out to that side. He got knocked right in the chin by the blitzer and put the ball right on the money. It was they called roughing the passer on the play. They still got the first down, but out of all the throws he made, and he made some really good throws.
He read it from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, that was to me one of your most impressive because you saw it coming, you stood there, you delivered the ball, and then everybody's watching the catch. He got hit. He got up before the defensive guy did. He was almost at the wide receiver when he got up. That's the different type of energy you're getting out of the quarterback versus something else.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this about DJ. Unbelievable heart with him.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's going to complain about that. In the SMU game, I watched him play with a dislocated left pinky. When he threw the pick six, the play before is when he broke his finger. I went back and watched the replay. So he played that last play with a broke finger.
Yeah.
He is out for the season, though.
Okay. Heard it here first.
It's Brock's team. He had surgery last week, and several of the players were talking about that. They hope to get him back, but I don't see that.
Yeah. I just wonder this. You were talking about NIL, Chad. You brought it up. I just wonder if they promised these guys when they give NIL money, we're going to give it to him, but he's going to play. He's going to be the starter. And maybe they have to promise kids to come. If you come here and don't go to X school, you come to this school, we're going to pay this amount, you're going to start, guaranteed you'll start regardless. I've never had a coach ever say that or do that. I wouldn't think one would do that, but who knows? Who knows? The NIL changed everything.
It does.
Yeah.
It absolutely.
Oh, you brought up SMU. I watched Louisville play, and I was thinking these are the same officials at the Virginia Tech game, Miami, Virginia Tech. They run a play, they fumble, Louisville gets the football. This Louisville's football. Then they go, no, they overruled it. I looked at, of course, I was one in Louisville when one of my buddies, coaches up there, and they gave the ball back to Louisville. That was the difference in the ball game. If they don't get that fumble and Louisville has the football, I think Louisville wins that football game.
Yeah.
But I got to give credit to SMU. They're pretty good.
SMU looked really good to me.
Got a good coach.
Lashley's doing a great job over there.
Yeah.
Now, I think the big game this weekend in the ACC is going to be Louisville versus Miami. It's at Louisville. Miami has struggled the last couple of weeks.
And they
pulled a rabbit out of their hat Saturday night.
And look at the trip.
They did against Virginia.
They flew across the country, played to 1 a.m. their time, flying back, going into Louisville. I'm with you. We might see an upset there.
Well, Louisville's a passing team that can run the ball.
Yeah.
Miami's weakness is their pass defense.
Yeah. You might have something right there. I'm trying to I don't see those. Oh, here it is. Week 7 odds. I didn't write Miami's down. I apologize, in Louisville. Vandy is at Kentucky. Your Wildcats are favored by 10. Florida at Tennessee. Tennessee's favored by 17. I wouldn't touch that. Mississippi State at Georgia. Georgia by 34. South Carolina at Alabama. Alabama by 22. Texas minus 14 versus Oklahoma.
Vandy.
Yeah. Minus 14 versus Oklahoma and Texas. Texas is favored. The only problem with Oklahoma just had no passing attack. Ole Miss minus 3 at LSU. Missouri minus 28 at UMass. Auburn's off. And I don't have, did y'all look up Miami?
Miami's a 1-point favorite.
1-point favorite.
They haven't announced a game time yet.
Yeah. I don't see many teams going undefeated. I don't.
I don't either. And
this could be the beginning.
Has done that.
This could be the beginning of all these upsets.
Of it.
Yeah.
You see how bad a weekend this was, and then we got more upcoming.
Patrick, you do a great job what you do. What's the best way to get up with you? I want my yard to look beautiful. I care about it. I want it to look gorgeous. How do I get up with you? How do I make you come make my yard beautiful?
Call us local at 850-890-5820. Look us up on turfpropestcontrol.com. If you got bugs in your house, call us about those too. We take care of those also.
Dr. Chad Mitchell, if I had an injury, my hands were broke up, and I want my hands to look beautiful, how do I get up with you? What would I do to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344, or you can go to chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Why are you laughing? I don't like you laughing right now. I don't appreciate that.
I have to laugh.
We got a caller? Too late. It's too late, man. You call us tomorrow. She said it about me. Hey, you guys have a great day. Ryan Mulvey's got a great show lined up for you today. David and Underdog, same thing. And don't forget, I think Randy texted me, Mosley, I thought they were open. They got the game. And
Go Mosley Dolphins.
Your daughter's a cheerleader. You can listen to it right here.
Hopefully she'll be able to cheer at the game.
The game of the year. Mosley versus Niceville. Friday night, somewhere. We have got to pack it out. You people hear me? We got to support them. We got a team that can do something special this year. They win this ball game. Who knows? They might bring in a big prize.
You'll see better footballs in some of these college games watching.
Yeah, you're going to see 2 great football programs, and they'll travel. Nice will pack out their side. There's no doubt. They're bound to pack it out. We've got to pack it out. Tommy Oliver this week, Mosley, Niceville. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games.
Touchdown! Incredible!
Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.